Hello, Internet. Ladies and gentlemen, we have family drama on X. We have legal bloodshed. We have environmentalists igniting lithium. And we are going to be diving deep into the feud between Redditors and their most hated African American man, Elon Musk. Is he an eldritch abomination disguised as a human who will bring otherworldly destruction upon Earth, or the true elected president of the United States? There's only one way to find out, so let's get right to the posts. Also, side note, I took a short break when editing the video and realized that MentisWave just uploaded a video on Elon Musk also. Thankfully, we cover things very differently, but I just found this funny. Ask him if he lives under my bed in the comments section for me, alright? But anyway, on to our first post. And today we're going to be doing things slightly differently where I have a bunch of posts, so we're just going to rapid fire through them because for whatever reason, people just can't watch beyond 7 minutes of a video. But at the end of the day, I only have myself to blame, so I'm going to try to make it more interesting. Musk just went in and stole New York FEMA funds from their bank account. New York City Comptroller Brad Lander released the following statement. This morning, my financial team shockingly uncovered that President Trump and his crony Elon Musk illegally executed a revocation of $80 million in congressionally appropriated FEMA funding from New York City's bank accounts late yesterday afternoon. This is money that the federal government previously dispersed for shelter and services and is now missing. Isn't it funny how they didn't say who these shelter and services were for? This highway robbery of our funds directly out of our bank account is a betrayal of everyone who calls New York City home. And as we all know, what he is talking about is the non-citizens who are a part of this sanctuary city program or whatever. When, I don't see any homeless people in New York, do you guys? I think New Yorkers are a little too used to the smell of piss on their streets. And this post got 127,000 upvotes, and I'm gonna give it that. I don't think it does anything because I'm banned, but r/law, we gotta do this subreddit at some point because this is just basically r/politics but reskinned. I also like how this post is literally just like a fucking screenshot from an article, like there's no source or anything, and it has Trump news. Is this what you call news? And thank God the mod stepped in and gave us a source. I don't know what I would have done without it, even though it's like 2 sentences. Read-only access, huh? This right here needs to be played on repeat. Now, this is interesting because what happens when the Congress accepts spending that goes directly against the will of the people? Because I don't think people are too in favor of their tax dollars being used on the countless amount of, non-citizens in the US who don't pay taxes like we do. So not only is there an underlying ethical issue, but I think that there are plenty of people not doing so well in the US that could use that money as well. And I'm not talking like a blank check, but like actual programs to help them get back on their feet. But I like how they frame it as stolen, as if Musk just took all the money and pocketed it. That would be fucking nuts if it was true, but I am completely and 100% in support of limiting the funding to these programs. Like I said, it's not that I don't want to help people, I just want to help US citizens because we, at the end of the day, front the bill, not the government. It's our money. If a Democrat did this to a red state, it would start a civil war. Except red states don't have any sanctuary cities last time I checked. Let's look real quick. Oh, would you look at that? I was actually wrong. Utah and North Dakota are red states, I think. But, I think we can definitely see a trend. But it really doesn't matter, red or blue. Either way, you have to comply with federal law. And also, like I said, I still think I would win the ethical argument for my tax dollars being used for actual citizens. So the executive branch has given an unelected billionaire the ability to... Hey, look, I didn't elect for my tax dollars to be used this way, all right? What about that? The ability to unilaterally cut legislatively approved federal funding to whoever he wants. I mean, if that funding isn't necessarily in compliance with federal law, then what the fuck? I'm sure he has some legal ground to stand on. All while Congress has given its power completely to the president, who is just ignoring court orders. I mean, if the court order is give them the money and at some point in the future you'll be reimbursed, that's not how it works. You can't reimburse money that they already spent. Like, what the fuck? You can't reimburse the government with new tax dollars. We have no checks and balances within our federal institutions. It's really easy to say stuff like this when you provide no additional nuance to the situation. Ethics matter. Always. Why must I, a STEM major, take an ethics class? 15 out of 23 monkeys implanted with Elon Musk's Neuralink brain chips have reportedly died. This got 94,000 upvotes? Do these people not realize how many things have to get sacrificed to find something to work? I thought these people were pro-science. Do they not know how much like experimenting and testing on different animals has to be done for, something to actually be ethically approved for humans? This just makes you look like a fucking idiot. Like, yeah, I mean, some monkeys are gonna die, but medical advancement has a cost. Like, you would think these people would know that. But, I'm sure they do know that. They're just being purposefully obtuse to score points on Elon for some reason. It's just such a weird hill to die on. And the other 8 just got access to treasury data. Yeah, I'm sure this guy would be smart enough to, decipher burnt Pompeii scrolls. This Redditors seem like that type, especially ones that have 577,000 karma. On all the crime shows, they link abuse of animals to serial killers. I'm not saying that Elon is a serial killer. I'm saying the more I learn about this guy, the more I'm starting to think he might be missing the empathy gene. This got 4,000 upvotes? Are you fucking kidding me? Torturing animals in your backyard is not the same as trying to get, quadriplegics to be able to function in society again with their brains. Out of all the things to hate Elon for, why is Neuralink the one that you target? You know that Elon isn't the only person that works on this. There's lots of people who are very dedicated to making humanity better. And if there's anything I want to see billionaires do, it's more projects like this. It is insane how much they reach. He'd probably flip the kill switch if he didn't get the required results. Or for the lulz, he reminds me of the kid that would smile while torturing his baby sister. Dude, I don't even know what to say at this point. Let's just move the fuck on. Author of upcoming Elon Musk biography says there is no evidence billionaire has any intellectual achievements. 76,000 upvotes? Every subject matter he talks about, he comes across as a complete moron if you have even a basic knowledge in it. The problem was always a combination of Elon lying about his tech capabilities and bad journalism treating him with zero scrutiny. Long before all this political stuff, he was trashed in niche areas from AI experts to transportation networks to various scientists, etc. He is very desperate for you to see him as a super genius, though. I mean, I'm not saying they're wrong, but I like how they just never use any sources, which I'm about to bring up, actually. My favorite Elon quote really illustrates his desperation to be seen as a super genius and his lack of self-awareness. When I was a little kid, I was really scared of the dark, but then I came to understand dark just means the absence of photons in the visible wavelength 400 to 700 nanometers. Then I thought, well, it's really silly to be afraid of a lack of photons. Then I wasn't afraid of the dark anymore after that. Oh my god. Look, I'm not going to say that Elon isn't cringe, dude, alright? He definitely has his moments where it's just like, oh my god, he used to be a Redditor. But there's been multiple biographies of Elon where they would interview people who work very closely to Elon, like engineers and stuff, and be like, yeah, he actually contributes quite significantly because even though he isn't, I don't think, academically recognized as an engineer, they, have a lot of respect for what he says and the choices he makes within the companies themselves, like Tesla and SpaceX. Like this book by Ashley Vance, she interviews quite a few people from Tesla and SpaceX, like I said, and they all said that, this guy is legit. And he can obviously be wrong about stuff, but I'm sure there's a lot of smart people that are wrong about a lot of things. It's not just, an Elon Musk problem. It's so funny how so many Redditors want to label Elon Musk a dumbass, like, just the most Redditor thing to do, Deny any and all sources and evidence that go against my headcanon. It's pretty clear that he's not very smart. He surrounds himself with people who lie about how smart he is. Now, isn't that a conspiracy? Just imagine. Elon Musk is like 10 IQ points away from being wheelchair bound, and everyone just hypes him up so they can use him as a scapegoat. Now, that is a conspiracy. I would take that to the bank. No patents, no innovative inventions, subpar oration skills, and engineering ability. Bro, isn't he autistic? Why are you making fun of his disability? That's not very politically correct. And it's not even true. Elon Musk does have patents. I'm sure he doesn't have as many as, Nikola Tesla or anything, but to say he has none is just a lie. And like I said before, many SpaceX engineers have confirmed that he has deep technical knowledge when it comes to the operations that go on there. Maybe not everything. But he was also involved in designing the Dojo supercomputer, if anyone knows what that is. I think it's for their like AI system in self-driving cars or whatever. But these people act like he just takes credit for like inventing the rocket essentially and building it in his garage like Iron Man. Sorry, not garage, but cave in the Middle East or whatever. He doesn't. All he did was buy established companies, has nothing to do with them other than that. As far as SpaceX, he started that, but within a few short years, it was going bankrupt. NASA bailed him out with 1.5 billion. He's a loser and a failure at anything he attempts. Jesus Christ. I mean, even if he got bailed out for 1.5 billion, you know it's worth 350 billion, so was NASA responsible for that too? You just can't trust a single thing Redditors say because there's always some like lie or omission of information that they just can't help to leave out to push a narrative. Alrighty guys, now on to the X drama. Elon ignoring Grimes' cries for help and deleting her comments. How do you know he was deleting her comments? Please respond about our child's medical crisis. Why aren't you taking him to 911 or something, or to the hospital? Why are you posting on fucking X? I am sorry to do this publicly, but it is no longer acceptable to ignore this situation. This requires immediate attention. Well then fucking go! What are you doing? Speaking on X. Elon's probably nowhere near you. What the fuck? If you don't want to talk to me, can you please designate or hire someone who can so that we can move forward on solving this? This is urgent, Elon. If anything is urgent enough that you have to message on X to try to get in contact with something, it is not urgent, trust me. I don't pretend to know the man, but I can't imagine going public would help anything or anyone. I'm not giving any details, but he won't respond to texts, call, or emails, and has skipped every meeting, and our child will suffer lifelong impairment if he doesn't respond ASAP. So I need him to fucking respond, and if I have to apply public pressure, then I guess that's where we are. Can you guys think of any situation where you would have to like message someone over X if their, situation was so urgent? Like, I don't understand what she needs from him. He apparently blocked her numbers, so she's trying to reach him via Twitter. Absolutely insane. If anyone else did that, they would get completely raked over the coals in family court and definitely ordered to use a court-monitored communication app or else forfeit custody of the child. I mean, Elon is not your average person. He's a billionaire who runs so many operations. I'm sure he's a pretty busy guy and he just can't respond to a message immediately, especially if it's like, I guess, some medical crisis. Like, what do you think Elon's gonna do in a medical crisis? You know you can pay bills and stuff later. This situation is just so weird. He has 13 kids with different women, some were employees under him, and he doesn't care about any of them except for his meat shield son he totes around. Did you see that when they visited Auschwitz in the winter? Everyone present was bundled up, including Elon, and he didn't even have a coat on the baby? In the snow? This is not a man who is interested in parenting. Oh shit, and the picture is here, and I actually didn't click this. I don't know why it's purple. I actually have never seen this photo. Oh shit, it's a Guardian link, so I must have seen this at some point doing like research for a video. He's just there with Ben Shapiro, what the fuck? I mean, the kid obviously has like premium clothes on. It doesn't look like he's like suffering or anything. He's just chilling there, like what the fuck? I'm sure if there was a problem, he would have said something. And the last X drama, Grimes told me this too. I heard he had a botched penis implant. 93,000 upvotes? This one was on the same sub and it only got 12, but 93,000? Holy shit. Okay, we're gonna need to do some research to see if this is true. Okay, so this article is from futurism.com, Neoscope. I've never heard of this place. But government boogeyman Elon Musk has been accused by his number one nemesis, 212 or 212, I don't know, rapper Azalea Banks, of having a botched penis implant, a funny sounding but extremely real and dangerous complication that can occur when people try to surgically make their dicks bigger. This whole debacle began when Banks was, as she is wont to do, what the fuck? Hating on Musk in a deeply personal way, responding to news that the billionaire had secretly fathered his 13th known child with 26-year-old conservative influencer Ashley St. Clair. The artist joked that the multi-hyphenate business owner's penis is probably non-functioning due to his avowed ketamine usage, which can indeed result in erectile dysfunction. So if you click on the hyperlink, it says he got a real prescription of ketamine from a real doctor to like fix his depression or whatever, which actually is a real treatment for MDD or like major depressive disorder or something. But again, we're like reaching really far with all this. In response, a random user quipped that they'd heard Musk has a botched penis implant. Wow, so they heard something and now I guess it's true and deserves 93,000 upvotes on Reddit. As the fine folks at Know Your Meme report, the Twitter happy rapper is an extremely non-credible source on Musk and pretty much everything else. So obviously there is no like credible evidence for this, but you know, it's so funny that I kind of want to believe it. Even if I do think it's bullshit, it's still pretty funny. Least shocking gossip in history. More gender-affirming care for Elon. What the fuck? He is the living definition of small dick energy. I mean, being the richest man in the world definitely is not small dick energy. But lying about playing Path of Exile 2, now that's a different story. Elon is so cringe.
There is a large graveyard filled with my enemies. I do not wish to add to it, but will if given no choice. Those who pick fights with me do so at their own peril, but maybe this is their lucky day.
Oh my god, dude, holy shit. Elon, you're killing me, buddy! I bet if he didn't have autism, everybody would love him. Everybody. He would have infinite Riz instead of like the weird type of Riz. Never mind, I'm just gonna move on before I say something. Hundreds of New Yorkers have swarmed and shut down the Tesla dealer in Manhattan. 6 have been arrested after occupying the showroom. 148,000 fucking upvotes. Oh, okay, it's r/law. That makes sense. Civil disobedience. Thorough would be proud. But this doesn't look like civil disobedience to me. This just looks like vandalism and destruction of property. God, Redditors just love framing stuff in the most disingenuous way. They probably called the summer of 2020 civil disobedience too. Like, what the fuck? Shut up, Elon Musk. That Nazi pig down. And there it is, boys. Another Reddit video that we couldn't go by without seeing someone get called a Nazi. Look, you may have a lot of disagreements with Elon Musk, but I do not think we can go as far to say that he's a Nazi. That word has completely lost all meaning at this point. Tesla sites hit by arson amid Doge cuts. Yes, this is civil disobedience, guys. And also, you know that other cars like Ford, Chevys, all the other electric vehicles, or not all of them, I guess, but a lot of them can use these Tesla charging stations. So not only are you fucking up Tesla, you're fucking up everybody else's ability to use their electric cars that you pushed for, by the way, not too long ago. Not everyone can take a $10,000 fucking loss so they can flex on Twitter that they owned Elon Musk, alright? And this literally just does nothing good for anybody. You're probably pissing off people that bought Teslas that were probably Democrats because they were trying to be environmentally safe or whatever. And this is what I mean when I say Democrats have an optics issue, bro. And I haven't seen many people come out against it either on the left because, you know, it's against Elon Musk. I would go as far to say as it's almost like domestic terrorism because you're only doing it for political reasons. Especially with all the Teslas being vandalized and stuff, like, it's just not cool. Is it arson though? Tesla quality is questionable at best. Probably just standard Tesla operational procedure to catch fire. Nothing to see here. You know, I know the Cybertruck has a lot of like reliability issues or whatever, but I think their other cars are pretty like standard or solid, you know? Oh my god, this guy made a new account and named it America Voted Trump. What the fuck? I feel like you really do have to be a loser to kind of base your whole identity off of something political. Elon Musk, 7 years ago. Then you will really hate that Tesla scored 100 out of 100 4 years in a row on LGBTQ equality. Don't buy our car if that's a problem. People should be free to live their lives where their hearts take them. Damn, this was in 2018. 119,000 upvotes. But come on, guys. At the end of the day, we all know that corporations don't really give a shit. Even Ford supported the Nazis. Wonder where it's scoring now, 474. It has 55 out of 100. For reference, Ford has 75, Honda has 55, Hyundai has 55, the Asian, you know, car brands. Walmart and Target has 100. What does this even matter? Why would I care if Intel supports gay rights or whatever? They're a computer chip company. Why would they have anything to do with politics? Sorry, not politics. I know like internationally or whatever, but I mean like sexual politics. Literally none of these companies have anything to do. All they sell is products. This is why nobody takes you guys seriously. Elon Musk loses 111 billion, more than Bill Gates' entire net worth, amid huge Tesla struggles. 91,000 upvotes. And the funny thing is, if you click on the article, it says Elon Musk is officially 122 billion poorer, which means they didn't even read the article. Who the fuck made this post? And you can tell they don't read the article because this comment has 7.6 thousand upvotes and they still repeat the 111 billion number, which means they didn't fucking click on it. Musk's net worth fell by 9.2 billion Thursday to 342.5 billion, according to Forbes, and is down 121 billion from its end-of-day record of 464 billion set in December 17. Holy shit, that is an impressive amount of wealth. Holy fuck. Losing someone's entire net worth of over 100 billion and still being $345 billion, rich. That is just crazy work. That's almost like a flex on its own, even though you lost money. Says the biggest parasite in this country. Why 90% of Americans love Doge. Watching Trump/federal programs knowing it doesn't affect you because you're not a member of the parasite class. You have collected more in corporate welfare than any of the poor and disabled collecting welfare combined. Holy shit, that is just not true by any means. I did some research and an LA Times article said that, and this was a little bit ago, but still, it's just nowhere near. But he's received like 4.9 billion in like tax incentives or whatever, or just subsidies. This is just nowhere near how much money we spend like annually for things like SNAP or TANF, which is like a combined $200 billion. Like we literally spend 16.5 billion annually on temporary assistance for needy families. Not that I'm saying it's a bad thing, but these people just lie constantly. 102,000 upvotes. Alright, we're coming up on the last few, so let's end strong. This is Elon Musk and Donald Trump get mocked at the Game Awards. Because why would we talk about games when we can talk about fucking Trump and Elon? And if you guys watch Asmongold, this was fucking cringe to watch. I watched the entire thing.
My favorite games, Diablo 4 Vessel of Hatred is nominated for Online Game of the Year. Get your hands together. Thank you, Rod.
Oh, God.
That is a game that takes real skill.
I heard that game was like pretty mid at best, to be honest.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to flatter everyone here, but if I know one thing about this audience is that none of you had to pay someone to play Diablo for you.
Elon Musk admits to cheating in Path of Exile 2 and Diablo 4. Now, to be fair, everybody at that high level cheats. Not making excuses for it, but if you do want to be on the top, you have to do, unfair things to get the advantage, or you're just never going to show up, unfortunately. He really sold with Path of Exile 2, but I think he did play Diablo 4 quite a bit.
It's hard to level up your own characters when you're dismantling democracy.
I feel like we're in good...
Oh my god. Can anyone explain how he's like dismantling democracy? Maybe he's cutting government programs that you like, but I don't see how that's anywhere close to quote-unquote dismantling democracy.
company here, but just in case for the people online, if you get mad at that joke, it's Greg Miller. G-R-E-G.
M-I-L-L-E-R. Fuck Elon Musk and fuck Donald Trump.
Yep, and this is why games are dying. 90,000 upvotes. I'm hiring super high-level people for Doge. It looks like Elon's genius coders don't know how COBOL works. Social Security runs on COBOL, which does not use a date or time type, so the date is stored as a number using the ISO 8601 standard. The epoch for this is 150 years ago, 1875, aka the meter standard, I think. So if you don't know the date of something, it will be a zero value, which in COBOL will default to 1875, 150 years ago. And because the information is just so specific and so random and so niche, I had to ask ChatGPT if there is any validity in this, and apparently there isn't. The claim states that COBOL stores data using ISO 8601, which is incorrect. COBOL predates ISO 8601. Okay, so even as like the factual knowledge, it is incorrect. There is no standard COBOL practice of using 1875 as an epoch year. Now, take it with a grain of salt, of course, because it's ChatGPT, but usually it doesn't get, like, very specific facts like that wrong. But, you know, I could be wrong, but this seems like bullshit, okay? Maybe some random guy on Twitter isn't the best source of information, but 84,000 people apparently think it is. But you know what's funny? I actually did do a little extra research on other things. A July 2024 report from Social Security's Inspector General states that from fiscal years 2015 through 2022, the agency paid out almost 8.6 trillion in benefits, including 71.8 billion, or less than 1% in improper payments. Most of the erroneous payments were overpayments to living people, which means some were definitely people who weren't alive. But 71.8 billion just not supposed to go into people's pockets is crazy. How do you mismanage $71.8 billion? In addition, in early January, the US Treasury clawed back more than $31 million. Oh, that's great. I'm so glad they got $31 million back. I mean, I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but this is just literally a fraction of a fraction of a fraction compared to what was actually lost. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. This was a more lighthearted video where we were just watching Redditors crash out about Elon Musk, and hopefully you got some perspective. Maybe you'll like him less, maybe you hate him more, I don't know. Who cares at the end of the day? If you like the video, like, comment, subscribe, and on to the patrons! Thank you to our based gods, XX Schisms XX, your local Inquisitor, and Triple X Medic, who I saw in the stream, and don't worry, I'll be streaming tomorrow. Cheese Stick Fanatic, Bennett S, Kadda, and to our base legends, Yodu Imiya, Mr. Proria, Andrew P, and GOL1912, and Ayatollah, and super based members, Shadow Dial, Devin Dekron, Contranock, Redzi, Aziz Deglee, Pimtool, Joseph Miller, Zach Orange, Peef Remgar, Wyatt P, Seth M, Mr. Shonk, Name 345, Garrison Painter, Justin R, Ardo, the yellow shirted kid, Sean S, 8 Monkey, and Borovkavi Florianic 3000. And to our base certified members, Bone Bliat 7.62, Crowbon, Joker Gaming, Nathan Quinn, Matthew M, Doowop Diggy, Blom Green, Tom, Matthew Armstrong, Thomas Lehman, Rezu Jordan, Arcturus 51, Worm, Serbian Sickle 92, Terry, Turkey Dog, Easy Joe, Levy Velasco, Crow Eater 1836, Filler, Hilday, Joe Billy, Crocodile, Swez, Snidler, Cog Ghosted, Clan of One, Luca Bro, Ilana K, Sweaty Jorts, Kitsy, Highware 5, Angry Mouse, username here, Carl the Longshoreman, Alabaman Historian, J. Connie Cash, Caleb DeGroot, and Defeating a Sandwich 7973. Jesus, that is a lot of names. But I hope you guys enjoyed. I love you all, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.